Welcome to my channel. My name is Valerio and today we're gonna review a diecast figure. This is the Vilkiss from the series Cross Ange, and this robot has been done by Sentinel and belongs to the line Riobot. And for once I didn't buy this one, I had it on pre-order and I had a few seconds thinking about it. However, my very good friend Patrick decided to lend it to me for review reason. And after it I will tell you what I think about it, if I did a good or bad thing to cancel into the pre-order. Anyway, the price of this robot is 39,000 yen, I think, so it's fairly expensive. And now this is a very big box, it's a large box. This is a fully transforming robot, and the main characteristic of the line from the Sentinel line, it is they're very posable, the sculpts are always great, and proportion are perfect. However, if you are looking for heavy robots, having diecast and whatnot, this line has some robots that belong to that category, but not all of them. Anyway, let's find out what there is inside the box. And now we're gonna look at accessories. So there is a big display stand, as you can see. Then we have, you see, this is the standard Riobot display stand of the big size, not the small one. Then we do have this gun, this rifle. This transforms when the Vilkiss transform, because this is a transforming robot. It's a perfect transformation robot. The detail on this stuff are very good, like tiny bits of color here and there. This is the dagger, still super cool, and the white looks amazing, but we're gonna see in the robot later. And this is the sword of the robot, still a pretty cool design, very light. Now we have the hands. I don't know why the hell did they put a ball pack at the bottom of it, but the hands are very well defined, kind of metallic paint. There is the detail on the green palm on the top of it. I think it's spray energy. Honestly, I never saw the anime, so I wouldn't be able to tell. Actually, I tried to watch it, and then after 25 seconds, I decided it wasn't really for me. Anyhow, so this is it. Oh, sorry, there is also the manual. Sorry, I forgot about it. There is the instruction for the transformation into starship. It's not really a starship, it's like, yeah, let's call it a starship. Anyway, let's look at the robot. And as you can see from the subtitles out of the box, it is amazing. So I tried to edit color to show you as similar it is live. It doesn't come up because this stuff is white, is pearl white, is super glossy. It is fairly tall. It is like 9 inches. It's between 9 and 11 inches. 9 at the top of the head, 11 at the top of the wings. There is a bit of weight to it. You can see diecast used into the inner frame. There is a ton of mechanical detail, but the really thing that pops a lot is the white. The white is great. It's not that like the ENG Mark II. This is just very a super nice glossy, and the detail that there is that comes out of this is crazy. Now this is a very particular design, very pointy design. Pay attention, you're gonna stab yourself. However, the robot is very stable. Now clearly, if you look at it, I mean, you can see the inspiration of this stuff is clearly Gundam Seed, and that is okay, and that is why the reason why I canceled the pre-order. I don't like stuff that is too derivative on things that I know pretty well and that I have already pretty nice version out of it. However, after we put it in our hands, we can see this is a product made with love. There is no other way around it. So the head left and right cannot move too much because it's a bit blocked by this shape. So you can raise the arm up to shoulder level. Now you see. So there is all this detail that show up out of it, which is cool. There is a bicep swivel, double joints over it. You can see, and the hands, it is on this ball peg, which I don't appreciate. Anyway, if you like to touch metal over your robot, you can touch the joint directly there. There is a pretty okay butterfly joint, but the joints are very hard over this robot. So, you see, you cannot move much in way of a split, but that is not supposed to do the split. I mean, the design doesn't really help itself with it. So you have to move a tiny bit the wings left and right. Obviously you can do the split back and forward, but we'll keep it like that. And there is a double joint over the knee. Now the feet have a ton of joints, left and right, up and down the tips, The wings have a left and right, and the back wings can open and close, and they're still onto another swivel, if I'm not wrong, was a kind of joint. Anyway, they can move quite a bit. Now, if you open the arm, you can see the cockpit with the driver from the anime inside of it. And we're gonna see it, we're gonna look at it better in a few seconds. Anyway, it is super cool. I always like it when they put the cockpit, so that's fine. Now we're gonna do a bit of size comparison, and then we're gonna see the Vilkiss transform. Now, Lego Dude, as usual, short. Very, very short, no surprises there. Then I will do a few review today. So this is the real great Zaku, piloted by Char, very tiny as well. Now we're gonna put a couple of Riobot. So this is the Mazin Emperor G. I think it looks bigger, but I think the Vilkiss is a bit bigger. So that's weird. I think it's a bit the angle and the color. This white really gets eaten out. The Diecast is by far bigger and on a similar price, but it doesn't transform. Now we're gonna look a bit at the Vilkiss transform. I tried to do the movie of the transformation, however, no thank you. Took 30 minutes, it's very complex. The manual does a good job, so I will not show it, but you see here you have the robot transform, and the starship looks, I kind of like the robot, but I like the starship motorbikes more. I think it's cooler. Like, honestly, I'm not a giant fan of this kind of fantasy vehicles, but they pull it off so well. And this is a perfect transformation as well, so there is no part swapping or anything like that. This is not a Lego like transformation as this RX. This perfect transform, it is the end results. It is cool. First of all, you can see the pilot, you can see the proper cockpit, you can still see the robot inside of it. It is surprisingly solid, because sometimes when you see things that do perfect transformation and you do as much as look at them in the wrong way, they break and fall apart in a trillion tiny pieces. But in this case, looks good. Now you can see the starship into the display stand, and I don't like the arm that they have to keep it up, honestly. Doesn't look great. I think that was the only lazy bit out of it, but I do know it's kind of hard to keep this stuff attached by only a few points without the risk of them flopping or the part they attach to flop. But still very cool, guys. I mean, honestly, would I keep it like that? Maybe. I'm quite tempted. I keep all my robot into robot forms and not into the alternative modes, but this is cool. Also because transforming it back is gonna be a pain into the neck. Honestly, it's not easy, so once you're able to have everything standing into its place, I think okay like this. Now we're gonna go very quickly into conclusion. So as I was saying in the beginning, this is the copy that a friend of mine lent me for review reason, and I did cancel my pre-order, and I regret it because this is so much better that he had the reason to be. This is like, paint is amazing, articulation is pretty good, transformation is great, both transform and robot form are okay, dimension is good, weight is good, it is extremely well balanced, it doesn't need a display stand or anything, even if it has it, and accessories are not too many, but they're right, and even with the ball pack, which I don't like, the hands come in and out very quickly. So I'm a bit regretting having cancelled the pre-order now. This is already a bit hard to find, even though it just came out not so long ago. So would I recommend it? So if you're a diecast collector, for sure. If you kind of like the Gundam look from the Gundam Strike, I suppose, look, yeah, that is pretty cool. If you like stuff with wings, with mechanical detail that can transform into ships, yeah, this is an absolutely must-have. Like, way better than expected. I think they have to hire a different photographer at Sentinel, because I mean, it's also a very hard product to photograph. I try to edit the color to show it as much as possible, but trust me, my video doesn't make it justice. So if you have the money, and this is an expensive piece, I think USD would be like at least 250. Still, I would recommend it. If you are a fan of the Sentinel robot and the latest one, this is one of one with the latest good ones, better than the Mazin Pro G, even though that one is painted better. This is a better production. This is way more modern product. So recommend, absolutely. Do I regret not buying? Yes, and now I will go onto the website to try to look for it, because at this point I'm a bit regret. The only thing is that it occupies a bit of space, so be sure to have it. And from Val, this is everything. Have a nice day, guys.